That's what it looks like outside. It looks like it's going to rain. So we will find out.
Hello folks, family and friends dito sa Lumaki sa Amerika. Here we go again to embark for another day in Europe. We are on our 8th day traveling to Spain, Santiago de Compostela. On this day, our travel is without our lovely boy Riley, our sweet Rosie Rosita, and Grandmama Mommy Nene. Our travel today will only be witnessed by me, Chard, Renee, my Dawkins, and Grandpa DDJ. We would not reason why because the day was rainy. It is because my boy Riley and our sweet girl Rosie were not feeling well. Mommy Nene obviously need to be the guardian for our lovely chickitings. Chickitings is Tagalog for children. Today we are heading into Santiago de Compostela. Here is a brief overview from Google. Santiago de Compostela is the capital of northwest Spain's Galicia region. It is known as the culmination of the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage route and the alleged burial site of the biblical apostle Saint James. His remains reputedly lie within the Cathedral de Santiago de Compostela, consecrated in 1211, whose elaborately carved stone facades open onto Grand Plaza within the medieval walls of the old town. Here is a brief history from Google. The history of Santiago de Compostela is defined by the discovery of the tomb of Saint James the Great in the 9th century, which established it as one of the 3 most important pilgrimage sites in medieval Christendom. The city grew and thrived around the shrine, attracting pilgrims along the famous Camino de Santiago, though its popularity later waned before being revived in the modern era. According to SpainisMore.com about St. James. Who was St. James in Santiago? St. James belonged to the group of Jesus' closest disciples and was one of the most martyrs of the Catholic Church to shed his blood and die for the cause of Jesus Christ. After the death of Christ, James Santiago in Spanish started to convert believers in Hispania, more specifically the northwest region, at that time known as Galicia. After recruiting 7 apostolic men who received the mission to evangelize in Hispania, the Apostle James returned to Jerusalem to accompany the Virgin on his deathbed. There he was tortured and beheaded in the year 42 AD by the order of Herod Agrippa I, the king of Judea. The aforementioned 7 disciples, according to legend, moved the body of St. James by boat to Galicia, escaping under the cover of night, arriving through the port of Iria Flavia, now known as Padron. They deposited the body of their master on a rock which closed around his body, forming a holy sarcophagus. It was not until 8 centuries later, in 813 AD, that his decapitated body was found. Beside him, a sign read, Here lies James, son of Zebedee and Salome, the religious man that found his body, by divine revelation, attributed to the skeletal remains to Saint James, and reported the discovery to the king of the Galician Asturian kingdom, Alfonso II el Casto, who, after visiting the place, appointed the Apostle James patron saint of the kingdom and built a church in his honor. The news soon spread throughout Europe about the existence of the Holy Galician Sepulchre, and the Apostle James, Santiago, became the symbol of the Spanish Reconquista. The King of Asturias was the first of many pilgrims who came to Compostela using what today is known as Camino Primitivo, the original route.
Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today, show me the way one day.
The miracle. What is so special about Santiago de Compostela? And why is it important for the pilgrimage? According to the CatholicWorldReport.com, the miracle that took place along the pilgrim road to Santiago de Compostela was a mercy God bestowed upon a struggling priest filled with doubt. It occurred 7 centuries ago, high in the mountains of Galicia in the remote hamlet of Ocebrero. And the Camino became a phenomenon after the discovery of the relics of St. James in 813. Ocebrero became a much-needed stop for shelter in the tempestuous mountain area. Pilgrims taking the most popular route along the Camino Francis, French way, will have the journey to about a month by the time they arrived at this village. Their arrival marks the beginning of the final downhill stretch toward the tomb of the apostle. A pilgrim's hospice was established in Ocebrero by the middle of the 9th century. In 1072, King Alfonso VI of Leon and Castile elevated the hospice to the rank of a hospital and entrusted it to the care of the Benedictine monks of Saint Gerard, Aurillac in France. The church at the little monastery was known at the time as the Church of Saint Benedict. The most famous account of the miracle that occurred there comes from the General Chronicle of the Order of Saint Benedict, penned by the Spanish monk Antonio de Yepes, who lived in the late 15th and early 16th centuries. As the story goes, sometimes around the year 1300, there was a monk at the little Benedictine monastery of Ocebrero who lost his faith. The fulfillment of his duties, even the offering of Holy Mass, had long been rote and without devotion. When his struggling priest was tasked with offering Mass one miserable winter morning, he thought no one would dare show up through the snow and freezing wind. Much to his surprise and even consternation, he saw a man in prayer waiting for Mass to begin as he arrived at the church. The man was a farmer named Juan Santin, who made his way from the nearby hamlet of Barxamayor. He must have been uncomfortable in his wet clothes as he knelt in prayer in the cold stone church. His spirits certainly weren't lifted when he received a harsh scolding for being foolish enough to travel so far in a snowstorm for only what the frustrated priest called a bit of bread and wine.
I don't know.
Sorry. Can you buy here? No. You have money? No.
Hey folks, family and friends, we just want to say thank you for watching our pilgrimage tour in Spain, our 8th day here in Santiago de Compostela. We just want to encourage you to like and subscribe to our YouTube family channel, Lumaki sa America. Your support contribution generally help our content exposure, and we thank you. Pilgrims and our daily Mass are closely connected, with many pilgrimages featuring daily Mass as a way to maintain spiritual strength and celebrate the journey. In a religious context, a pilgrim's Mass is often special service held at a pilgrimage site. like the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela. To welcome those who have completed their journey, pilgrims are encouraged to dress modestly for these masses and participate prayerfully. Maintaining a spiritual strength. The daily Mass provides pilgrims with a way to stay spiritually grounded and focused throughout their journey. It is a central part of the experience. For many modern pilgrimages, daily Mass is a core component of the itinerary, alongside visits to sacred sites and enjoying the local culture. A special service for pilgrims at major destinations like Santiago de Compostela. Specific pilgrims' masses are held, often with elements like greeting arriving pilgrims and reading their names. As we near the end of our 8-day journey, we at La Maquis America channel would like to thank Holy Land Tours and Travel for making our pilgrimage exciting and educational. Your tour guidance with Alessandro and Fedi for our photography and videos were phenomenal and outstanding. We will never have a trip this enjoyable without you. Thank you. Grazie mille, Alessandro. Che possiamo rivederti presto. May we see you again soon.
Paella.
Oh, other one. More than a lot more. Thinking.
After the crucial walk from the historical sites, we deserve a midday Spanish cuisine. We found a mom-and-pop restaurant that serves seafood and I think deserves the recognition. We ordered a delicacy that is unfamiliar to our palate, so exquisite and delicious. If we ever get a chance to find similar Spanish menu back home, in hope that we find the acquired taste of Spain, it will certainly bring back good memories.
What else?
Here were the few unique seafood meals we ordered. A viviera, a scallop with shell, navajas, a razor clam, pulpo e fera, a large seasoned squid, and pechuga de pollo con patatas, ensalada y arroz. It's a grilled chicken with potatoes, salad, and rice. Personally, this was an acquired taste for my family.
Oh, that one.
That's one you mentioned.
That's the one you got?
That's the one the program mentioned what the magnet looks like if you're gonna get one. The shell with a red cross.
You know, folks, family and friends, it has been a couple series not hearing the voice of my sidekick. Let me reintroduce my sidekick, Renee. I think it is about time that she make a brief sound appearance to make it a little more exciting. Give it a go, Renee, about St. James' Tomb. Take it away.
Hello, this is Renee, talking about the Santiago de Compostela of St. James. Inside the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, St. James' tomb is located in a crypt beneath the main altar, containing a silver urn with his remains. Visitors can also see a large Baroque statue of the seated St. James, to which pilgrims traditionally embrace by climbing a narrow staircase behind the altar to give thanks. The location of the tomb is the crypt is situated directly beneath the main altar of the cathedral. Its contents it holds a silver urn containing the remains of St. James and his disciples. During the discovery, the tomb was discovered in the 9th century, leading to the construction of the first chapel and eventually the current cathedral. Are we allowed to access the crypt? Yes. Pilgrims can access the crypt, though specific access points and opening times may vary. Back to you, Dad.
I am very happy to hear your voice again, Renee. Thank you for your brief presentation about the tomb of St. James in the cathedral. Another thing that must be stated from the traditional embracing of the statue is the traditional pilgrim ritual. It involves climbing behind the altar to hug the statue of St. James. although it is not recommended not to kiss or place one's face on the statue. There was also no photography or taking videos. Yes, it's been a long 8th day here in Santiago. The thought of not having our son Riley and baby Rosie next to us makes us feel neglectful. However, for the sake of staying healthy, we will do what matters. We are strong, our children are strong. The good news is they feel much better. We'd like to thank Mommy Nene for volunteering. This pilgrimage would not have been complete without you. Thank you, Mommy Nene.
Oh, Daddy DJ.
Bikers, they're the ones gonna do the certification for certified pilgrims. They have to do a 100-mile trek, and for every stop station they're going to get a stamp proving that they reached the destination, their destination.
Yeah. I think they're gathering over there.
Yeah, I see them. No, not yet. Here, right here. Thank you, Holy Family Pilgrims, for the wonderful ceremony of our marriage anniversary. This was an unexpected surprise, and all we can say is thank you and God bless. This is Charge signing off. Day 8 trip to Europe from Lumaki sa America. Click like and subscribe.